What's up, fam? This your boy Cut to the Chase TV. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button and be sure to share this video. I got some news for you Negroes today. Young Dolph alleged killer Hernandez Govan was found not guilty in the court of law, and ever since that day, he been running his damn mouth doing interviews incriminating everybody. See, on the latest episode of No Jumper, they interviewed Hernandez Govan, and in that episode, he talked about Young Dolph, and he even mentioned that Yo Gotti brother Big Jook was being investigated by the feds for the murder of Young Dolph. That's very interesting, because how would you know that information? I get that Hernandez Govan was a suspect in the Young Dolph case. I get the police talked to him, but that don't mean the feds told him, hey, we looking at Big Jook. So I can only conclude that they developed Big Jook as a suspect off the information you told them. Everybody calling you a snitch, everybody calling you an informant, everybody saying you signed a proffer deal. So I want to know, what the hell did you talk to the police about? Because on that No Jumper interview, you sounded very confident. I don't think they was investigating Big Jook. I know for a fact. That sounds like a snitch. How would you know for a fact? Are you working with the police? Did you provide the information? That's all I'm saying. And another thing he said in that No Jumper interview is that he signed a 10-year plea deal for the murder of Young Dolph. If you're innocent and you want to fight for your life, if you said it was lies against you, why would you sign a plea deal? Because your lawyer said that Cornelius Smith was a junkie, he was a liar, he was making all this up to get a lighter sentence. So my question to Hernandez Govan, if you're innocent, why did you take a 10-year plea deal for the murder of Young Dolph? That's all I'm saying. And the third red flag he said in this interview is that his homies were trying to convince him to run. He said his homies was saying, hey man, don't go back to court. It's looking bad for you. Make the police do their job. Run. Try to skip state. And I'm like, damn. Why would you get on the platform and say that? Because you got to think about it in streets terms. Your homies knows you. They know what you're capable of. They know if you're innocent or guilty. So if your homies is telling you to run, that means they already know your ass did it and they thought your ass was finna get found guilty. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, Hernandez Govan keeps talking. He done turned into a whole blogger. He done turned into an internet clown. He's threatening everybody. He's going at it with different bloggers. One thing I ain't gonna do with Hernandez Govan is go back and forth, because I'm just giving my opinion. You know what? I'm gonna just play this interview and let you guys listen to him incriminate himself, and then I'm gonna come back and break this whole situation down. Take a listen to this, because it gets crazy. Let's go.
Do you think if Jook wouldn't have been killed, they would have tried to charge him too?
They were definitely actively trying to charge Big Jook when he was killed. Yes, they were. They just wanted it on a higher scale.
What do you mean by that?
Federal.
Oh, word. That's what you...
Yeah.
That's what you heard?
It ain't what I heard, it's what I know.
Do you think the feds are still working on charging other people in Memphis for stuff?
Related to this case?
Yeah.
There's nobody left to charge.
Yeah.
Now let's stop it right there. Because I don't like how Hernandez Govan always skips over Yo Gotti. He admitted to knowing Big Jook through marriage, but denies ever knowing Yo Gotti, and Big Jook is Yo Gotti's brothers. It kind of seemed like Hernandez Govan is getting paid off. It kind of seemed like he's doing a PR stunt for Yo Gotti. Every time it comes up to Yo Gotti, he don't know nothing, he ain't seen shit, he ain't never heard nothing. But when it comes to everybody else, he know exactly what's going on. I don't like that, man. That makes me very uncomfortable. It make it seem like you ain't telling the truth, which I expect nothing less from Hernandez Govan. But let's continue.
All right.
It ain't nobody left to charge. I mean, who they gonna charge? I mean, it ain't nobody to charge.
What was your moments like sitting in that courtroom, waiting for that judge to read out your verdict of you being found guilty or not guilty? Walk us through that day, knowing that you might get sentenced, or you could be possibly sentenced for life.
The night prior was rough. I had a couple negative people in my ear, you know, just like a couple of the homeboys. I ain't no way I'm walking in there tomorrow. Man, you crazy as hell.
Yeah.
You gonna walk back in there and let them folks say guilty and handcuff you? Man, you gotta make them do their job. And
What, they were telling you to go on the run?
yeah, the day before the verdict. As soon as they start deliberating.
Did you hear what he said? He said the day before the verdict, all his homies were trying to convince him to go on the run. He said they were saying, make the police do their job. Don't turn yourself in willingly. Now, let's think about this. These are Hernandez Govan homies. These are the dudes he confided in. These are the guys he talked to personally. And he's on a major platform saying they was telling me I should run because I stand no chance. And my only opinion about this, it lets me know that they had no faith in Hernandez Govan. They had no faith in his innocence. Because even they was looking at the situation like this. Damn, bro. You look bad out here. So I don't know how the jury found this dude not guilty. That's very questionable. And he's just making the jury look stupid. Ever since Hernandez Govan was found not guilty, let's look at all the things he did. He done turned into a blogger. He's talking about the case. He threatened people's lives. He threatened to meet up with people and beat them up. I'm like, damn, nigga, you 50. If you beat a murder case, if you were scared shitless fighting for your life, once you beat it, you supposed to ride off in the sunset. You supposed to lay low, get a new name, move to a different county, and live out the rest of your life being low key. But you did the opposite. You got ski masks on, all on live streams. You going at bloggers. You going from platform to platform. Now I know they paying you. I can't really knock you for it, but lose the tough guy act, man. That's all I'm saying. And stop incriminating yourself and everybody involved. See, you incriminate everybody but Yo Gotti. When it comes to Yo Gotti, you don't know shit. And that's why I know Jumper should have pressed him on that. When he was like, ain't nobody else to be charged. They should say, what about Yo Gotti? And I wanted to look at his reaction. Because he the one that said the feds was investigating Big Jook. Big Jook was a co-owner of CMG. So are you telling me the feds was investigating Yo Gotti as well? Why you get a regular state case and Big Jook get a fed case? That's what I want to know. It kind of sounds like a RICO. I'm just saying. But let's continue.
I had a couple partners, and they was like, man, you tougher than me, man. You're nuts, man. Like Paul Bunyan. Ain't no way I'm going there tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, this shit. They'll have another news story. Quit on the run.
Because mind you, you're out, for the people who don't know, you're out on bond at this time.
Yeah, I'm out on bond.
And it was like a $90,000 bond?
$90,000 bond, yeah.
Right.
And so, I ended up talking to my brother, and I just decided to, man, just go on in there,
So running was an option for a little bit?
Nah, I wasn't gonna say it was an option. It was funny.
Yeah.
I was listening to my partner, them call me, what I'm saying? Man, I ain't ran in all this time, I ain't finished, what I'm saying, But you think about the what ifs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, And but with that being said, just going through, I mean, if you go back to the first day of jury selection when I signed the deal for the 10 years. And
Dolph family rejected it.
Yeah. They rejected it, and I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to sign the deal for the 10 years, But it's like my attorney Manny, he got a lawyer friend from Memphis named Leslie Ballin, and Leslie worked on a case with him before. Might have been with Pac-Man Jones or somebody, but he came in the room and he was like, Govan, you ever been to my office? And I said, nah, Leslie, I ain't never been to your office. And he said, well, I got a pair of dice on my table. And he said, sometimes me and my colleagues, we play dice. And sometimes we'll gamble a little bit, not nothing major. He said, but when we do gamble, one thing that I don't gamble? I said, what's that, Mr. Ballin? He said, nothing that I can't afford to lose. He said, Govan, you got a son, 2 sons that love you to death. You can't afford to lose your life.
You hear what he said? So even Hernandez Govan lawyers was convincing him, let's take this 10-year plea deal. We can't afford for you to lose your life. It's not looking too good. But it was Dolph family was like, hell no. He deserves more than 10 years. I'd rather take it to trial before I let him off the hook. And he ended up beating the case. But I blame the prosecution for that. Because I feel like they overcharged Hernandez Govan. I felt like they overstated his involvement. They was calling him the mastermind. They was saying he set it all up, which I don't think Hernandez Govan did that. I think Hernandez Govan was the middleman, but I think Big Jook was the mastermind, and Hernandez Govan was just doing what Big Jook told him to do. He probably set up a meeting or two, but I don't really think he was the mastermind behind the murder of young Dolph. I think he just used it as an opportunity to get closer to Big Jook. That's all I'm saying. So I think the prosecution dropped the ball. I think Hernandez Govan lawyers made Cornelius Smith look like a fool. They made him look like a liar. And they didn't convince the juror that Hernandez Govan was the mastermind. I think that's what it boils down to. The state was saying Hernandez Govan is this mastermind. He set up the money. He recruited all these people. And the jurors were like, man, y'all ain't really showed that. Y'all ain't really proved that. So they had to use reasonable doubt and find him not guilty. I don't think they wanted to, but I think the state just dropped the ball because they over-implicated Hernandez Govan involvement. I mean, they were talking about him like he was just the kingpin, the mastermind. Like he had all the moves to get young Dolph out of here, when really it was Big Jook. Him and Big Jook was beefing. Big Jook wanted him off the streets. I heard they had bounties on each other. And that's why a lot of people like, man, if Yo Gotti and Big Jook is brothers, Big Jook wanted young Dolph gone this bad. He's recruiting people. He's talking to Hernandez Govan. He putting up $100,000 allegedly. Yo Gotti had to know something about it. Or maybe Big Jook was like, hey man, I'm going to get this done on my own. I don't want Yo Gotti involved in it. I don't want him wrapped up in it. I don't want the company to go down the drain. If I get caught, I'm going to take it on the chin. And maybe if I tell Yo Gotti, he going to try to talk me out of it. So it's a lot of things on the table that we just don't know about. Some people think Yo Gotti was involved. Other people say Yo Gotti didn't have shit to do with it. They did this hit behind Yo Gotti back. It's all who you believe at this point. That's all I'm saying. But let's continue.
Take the 10 years. And so when he said that, just me being in the streets, it made sense to me. You know, why play with my life? Why, risk everything? If I can't do 3.5, 4 more years, then I should have been a deacon.
To me, I was kind of surprised when I first heard you say that in the Vlad interview, just because from my perspective, it's like, if you really didn't do it and you really don't feel like they have any really truly convincing information that they're going to bring to the table, I don't know. I mean, I understand like wanting to eliminate the chance of doing like a really extremely long sentence or getting, many, many decades, but shit, I don't know. It's just so hard for me to imagine pleading guilty for something that I didn't do.
See, I was looking at it from, the big picture, with all the media coverage, negative media coverage, everybody saying I'm the mastermind. I felt like it was going to be hard for any normal person to put that to the back of their mind and say, let me give my verdict based off of what's in front of me. So that was one of my biggest fears and one of the main reasons why I decided to sign for the 10 years. Because I just thought that the media coverage had like a major negative effect.
Let's be real. He took the 10 years because he thinking to himself, I was heavily involved. I could potentially get 10 years, do 4 years, I'm back out on the streets. I take that as a punishment, and that's why young Dolph family rejected it. Now I'm looking at Hernandez Govan. I'm looking at the way he's carrying himself since he's been released, and I'm gonna just give him this advice: stay off the internet, because now you're on no jumper. You talking about the feds was investigating Big Jook, and it makes me kind of think they investigating Yo Gotti as well, because you say the feds was investigating Big Jook, not the state police, the feds. So I want to know what makes it federal. I get that it was murder for hire. Did they look at the finances? And then we heard rumors about CMG supplying a lawyer and all that type of stuff. So I want to know, do y'all think the feds potentially got their eyes on Yo Gotti? Because even though Hernandez Govan is denying it, he said Yo Gotti had nothing to do with it, it's a lot of people that feel Yo Gotti and Young Dolph beef is the reason Young Dolph is no longer here. Whether we like it or not. Now, I know some other things transpired, a couple of shootings, a couple of fights, but at the heart of it is Joe Gotti versus Young Dolph. That is what it is at this point. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, guys, I'm going to stop it here. But I want to hear your advice on this. Do you think Yo Gotti is being investigated by the feds? Or do you think Hernandez Govan is capping? Let me know in the comment section. Share this video. I love you guys. Peace.